Hey, it's Ivana. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to talk about prerequisites to our habits. We usually begin with the result that we're trying to attain, and then we look at the habit that comes right before, and we're like, if I can only do this thing that comes right before, in theory, I should reap the benefits of this result. When really, that's kind of the same idea as entering into like a 4-year degree at a university and thinking that if all I did was take all the classes that come in a 4th year, I can just graduate with the degree and like have to do none of the work. When really that's A, not possible, and B, you would be so overwhelmed, skipping ahead without all of the background knowledge that's required. So I'm not trying to like take you back to school and like traumatize you, but I'm just gonna use that example. We have prerequisites in school all the time. And I mean, part of it is to like, prolong your agony in school, but part of it is that it just takes time to build the base knowledge. It takes time to build the foundation before you can start adding the complexities and the specialization things on there. So it's not just, I see the end result, which is I want my degree, and I'm just going to take the stuff that comes right before, is that you need to do the work beforehand, right? Same thing comes to our habits as well. Like we look at what we want to do. So for me, that was getting up early. That was getting up at 6 or 6:30 so I can have some time to exercise and get ready and like have my peace in the morning. And I started with, I'm just gonna set my alarm for like 6:30 a.m. That should do the trick. It didn't do the trick because I woke up morning after morning tired. I just like wasn't getting up. And if I managed to get up, the rest of my day was messed up. Like I was just exhausted. So I was like, all right, this clearly isn't gonna work. Like me getting up at 6 is not gonna be happening anytime soon. I'm like, am I not doing something right? Like, how do I help myself? And I was like, all right, in order for me to get up at 6, what do I need to do? And I was like, well, I need to get myself to bed at a particular time. So instead of focusing on getting up at 6, I focused on getting myself to bed at a particular time, which, I said like 8 hours should be plenty of sleep for me. Let's get myself to bed at 10. So that's actually what I worked on first. I worked on meticulously and ruthlessly making sure I was in bed at 10 p.m. every single night. And I didn't even set an alarm for the next morning. Like there was like I have to get up by this time. I wasn't even focusing on that. I was like, let's focus on getting to bed. And after doing that for a little bit, slowly I was able to set the time back so that I can actually get up at 6. So the habit that we need to focus on isn't always the one that comes right before the result. It could actually be a few steps back. So oftentimes, more often than not, there's going to be prerequisite habits that you're going to have to start doing first before you can try to do the habit that you want. So even with me trying to get to bed at time, like there's still more prerequisites to that habit. I needed to make sure I wasn't starting up conversations at like 9:30 at night. I wasn't, staying up watching TV really late. I had to make sure that there's also more stuff I'm prepping at that time so that I can be in bed at 10, and everything kind of like, goes backwards. So you're picking more stuff, and everything was kind of like a domino effect. Like once I managed to get some other things in order, everything became so much easier and everything built on itself. So if you're finding that you're starting out with something and it seems to be like slowing you down very quickly, there's a pretty good chance that you're probably not looking at other habits that need to come first, like smaller things that you need to tackle first. So think about that. Think about what habits you have and what the prerequisites are. I'm not even asking you if you have them. I'm going to tell you you probably do. So just think about that. Leave me comments on the bottom. Let me know what you've investigated and found out on your own. And if you like this video, subscribe to the channel and I'll be putting out more stuff.